guys, this is Rachel of the Wagging Tail 603. Today we're going to be doing a video on prong collars. So the reason we like prong collars are because they are great communication tools with your dog. This is our Herm Springer prong collar, the 3.0. We also have another one in black in the 2.25. Today we're going to be using the 3.0 because we have a large dog that we're going to be working with. A lot of people look at these and say they look barbaric or they might hurt your dog, but the truth is they're a very effective communication tool, especially if your dog struggles with reactivity, if they're shy, fearful, or they get overly aroused when they see other dogs or other people on their walks. The only prong collar we recommend is the Herm Springer. The reason we recommend these is because of the quality. No other quality matches this brand. All right, guys, so we are working with the Herm Springer prong. I know I said this before, but this is the only prong collar that I would recommend to anyone. Why, you may ask, versus one you get from Petco, a cheaper version, you definitely want to spend the money. If you look at the prong edges here, they're nice and round and soft. They're not pointy like some of the cheaper versions. When you're looking at a prong collar, when you do your correction, you want to make sure that the spring action works very well. Again, the Herm Springer is your best option for a quick, light correction. All right, so another thing we want to talk about too is the choke collar. A lot of people get confused between prongs, chokes, slips, and different training tools. The reason we use the prong collar is because it distributes an even pressure around the dog's neck. It is not choking the dog when used appropriately. There should be absolutely no choking of the dog. When you're using one of the metal slips that are choke collars, you can cause damage to the esophagus if not used correctly. So I do not recommend using those unless you are a professional. So when you're putting the prong on your dog for the first time, remember, this is a new sensation for your dog. It may be a little scary, it may be a little uncomfortable. So it is common for a dog to vocalize, roll around on the ground. You're correcting them for the first time, and all of a sudden they have to listen, so that can be new for them and it might startle them. So we want to make sure that we don't give in.
She's on a regular walk, on a flat collar, pulling, going wherever she wants.
Okay, so right now we have Daisy. Before we showed her pulling on her flat collar, being a little nervous. She's not very confident, and we're hoping to work on that. So we have the 3.0, as we talked about before. We want the prong to fit snugly under the ears. We don't want it down here dangling. It needs to fit snug. Again, proper fit is everything. So we are going to see if we can fit this. So it looks a little small. So we're going to go ahead and add a link. It's super easy to go ahead and add links and take them away. So she needs about one link. So they just pop in and out. Takes a little finagling in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, it's super easy. We just want to be careful of the dog's ears, that they're not going to get stuck in the prong. When you look here, you're going to see two rings. You want to make sure the smaller ring is the one you're going to clip your leash on. For extra safety, especially with dogs who don't have good recall, we want to make sure on the larger ring to the collar, we are going to be connecting it with some kind of safety clip. So right here, I have a clip for her. We're just going to clip it to both. Again, we're all about safety here. So this is the first time Daisy is ever going to be on a prong. So remember, the dog might vocalize, she might try and run, lay down, crocodile roll. These are all normal behaviors for a new sensation. So we're going to do a little bit of a prong dance with Daisy. Just kind of get used to the sensation. So when you're walking your dog, it should be about 25% sniffing, potty, and fun, and 75% structure. When you're on a break with your dog, when they're allowed to sniff, go potty, the dog should still not be pulling you. That does not give them permission to act naughty. So we're just kind of getting her used to the prong collar. Daisy, come. And you can hear she might be vocalizing a little bit, which is totally normal. We are not hurting her. She's just a little bit nervous, which is fine. But notice instantly how she's coming to me. She's not pulling and she's not trying to flee. So we're gonna start doing a little bit of walking with her. We wanna give a little bit of leash. We want a nice loose leash. No tight leashes, not holding the leash up. Nice loose leash. We're going to be giving light corrections, flicking the wrist. So I'm gonna let her sniff up here, but again, there's no need for her pulling. Here, Daisy. All right, so she doesn't need to go to the bathroom, so we're gonna get the leash up close to us again. Notice how there's a lot less pulling. We're communicating with Daisy through the leash, through the prong collar, that we want her heeling and walking next to us. I'm not even giving her the command right now. All right, so let's talk about why we want our dog walking next to us. The reason we want our dog walking next to us versus in front, the dog feels they need to be in charge. The dog also may be scanning for other dogs, things that excite them, squirrels, food, anything. That's not our dog's job. Our dog's job is to walk politely next to us because we are in charge. We are the human and we are the boss, and we want them calm and enjoying their walk. So notice how Daisy went from a little bit frantic, a little bit nervous, to very calmly walking beside me. She is not sad, she's not scared. This is her calm, and this is exactly what we want from her. And then we can let her break, have some time to sniff. She needs to use the bathroom, she can. But again, no pulling. If I want to change directions, I can do that as many times as I want. Light correction there, my wrist. Again, we're not tugging hard. We're not doing anything that may hurt the dog. We're doing everything with gentle correction. She's a very nervous dog, so we're taking it very easy with her.